Now this is at Ghatkopar, at our facility, the research facility which I mentioned. And the main thing is, in hydroponics, plants grow in half the time that you need on the farm. It's almost half, like 50 days, 40, 45 days instead of 90 days. Again, here also we have a similar control system with all kinds of technologies. It's a very complex system and very easy to operate. So as we move forward, we can also do such projects. So the Yari group can take up turnkey projects and they can execute them. These are some images of the factory, stills from our factory at Nashik and Ambernath, where we are manufacturing these products. Again, back to Igatpuri. So we have opened it. People are welcome to come. Generally, hydroponics things are kept secret, but we have opened it. These are, we even sell in bulk, 25 kilo. Very patient with me, so really appreciate. I generally always overshoot my time, and I'm sure I've done that this time too. But I hope I'm bored 80% of the audience. The kids, they have to bear with it. I can't help it.
No sir, you are not bored. और हिंदी में अगर कहना चाहें तो देवेंद्र सुजनो, यह गर्व की बात है कि यह कंपनी हिंदुस्तानी कंपनी है और इसका निर्माण एक महाराष्ट्र के वार्के फैमिली ने किया है. जोरदार ताली होनी चाहिए. और मैं ज़्यादा खुश हूँ क्योंकि sir is from Khandesh and I am also from Khandesh. Sir, thank you so much, sir. I would request you to please have your seat, and I request
everyone, or I can also mix it with Marathi and Hindi. So, किती लोकांना मराठीत ऐकायचं आहे त्यांनी हात वर करावा. बरं. बरं, किती लोकांना मराठीत कळत नाही अशांनी पण हात वर करा. सगळ्यांना. आणि ती एका मराठी माणसाचीच गोष्ट आहे. सो झालं असं that okay, so my father, Dr. G.M. Warke, he is a PhD in microbiology. He is 83 years old. He is the MD of the company, right? He is the founder and the MD. He is the CMD. I am a director in the company. And this year we are celebrating the 50th year of HiMedia. So he was born in a village in Khandesh. And my grandfather is a Warkari. So he chose the surname Warke. आणि त्यांनी 72 वर्ष बुवा महाराज होते. खानदेशहून पंढरपूरला 72 वर्ष आयुष्याची दिंडी आणली आहे त्यांनी. तिथून चालत जायचे. Because Mumbai was a big thing, Bombay, right? There is something known as culture media. सूक्ष्म कीटाणू असतात, सूक्ष्म जीवाणू असतात, त्यांना बॅक्टेरिया म्हणतो. बॅक्टेरिया माहिती आहे सगळ्यांना. सो हे बॅक्टेरिया यांची चाचणी करायला किंवा यांची वाढ करायला आपल्याला काही खाद्यपदार्थ लागतात. म्हणजे आपल्याला माहिती आहे दह्यात विरजण लावतो. विरजण का लावतो? कारण त्या विरजणात ते सूक्ष्म जीवाणू आहेत म्हणून लगेच दही लागतं. सो दीज बॅक्टेरिया आर एव्हरीवेअर and these bacteria are good as well as bad. For the bad bacteria we go to the pathologist and do pathological testing. Good bacteria, microbiome. Have you heard of this word microbiome? It is everywhere now. So microbiomics is a big field. We are working on that also in HiMedia. So going back, so when my father was doing his MSc and PhD, this media which is needed to grow the bacteria or to test the bacteria was imported in India. It used to come from America, UK and Australia, and Germany. 3 big giants. Bifco, which is today Becton Dickinson, then Oxoid company, which is today Thermo Fisher, and Merck. Merck also is a very big German giant. At that time, 60s, what was the price of gold? सोन्याची किंमत काय कोणी जरा मला सांगू शकता? किती रुपये तोळा? लेडीजला माहिती असेल किंवा मग जे सिनियर लोक असतील, 60 रुपये तोळा सोनं होतं. पण यू आर क्लोज. 60 रुपये तोळा सोनं म्हणजे 6 रुपये ग्राम. आता ती बाटली जेव्हा इम्पोर्ट होऊन यायची ती राशन व्हायची, कारण that product which was needed for research, gram to gram was more expensive than gold. सोन्यापेक्षा महाग होतं ते. त्यामुळे when that bottle used to come, the head of the department would lock it in the cupboard, and then all the researchers would come and it used to get rationed out. Little by little everybody would get. So my father used to think, if the main ingredient that he needs to do research is rationed out, how can anybody do research? So he took it as a challenge. He said that I will make my country self-sufficient in this field of microbiology by developing these media in India, indigenously. So he has done earn and learn throughout his life. And as he was moving forward, he got very good job, a very good job in a pharmaceutical company. He has worked in 3 pharmaceuticals, and they were offering him a very handsome package. And when he quit that job, he left the job. People told him, "तू वेडा झालास, तुझं डोकं फिरलंय." His professor told him, "अरे मी अजून एवढा पगार कमवत नाही जेवढा तुला पॅकेज मिळालंय तिथे." But my father left the job. He said, "No, I want to make this media because like I struggled during my PhD and masters, I don't want other microbiologists to suffer. So I want to develop this in India and make it indigenously." So he wrote a letter to this British company Oxoid. So that is what drives us also as a family. So in our family, we have many doctors. My wife actually, she is MBBS from BJ, from Pune. Yes. And all her brothers and sisters are doctors from BJ. So sorry, now I will just switch to the technical talk. But I just wanted to give a brief history of what High Media is, where we come from. In the second generation, we are technically qualified people, and we are working on different divisions of the company. So my division is animal cell culture, plant tissue culture, and hydroponics. And the hydroponics work, I am just going to give a talk on it, right? But my team is here, Manish Raut and all the other gentlemen here. They are the ones who deserve the credit for what you see here. It's not me. So I have to thank them for doing a wonderful job and stage. High Media was started in the kitchen of our house. So we lived in Thane East, and in that kitchen, my grandfather, mother's father, gifted my mother an oven and a mixer, ostracizer mixer. So in that mixer and in that oven, they would make the media, fill it in bottles, and my uncle would sell it all over Mumbai. So that is how it was started, and we never thought we will come so far. But due to diligence, commitment to quality, so the first focus was the quality should be world class. And in 1978, we started our export. The first export was to Japan. Now you know Japanese people are very particular about quality. At first they could not believe that an Indian can make the product that they wanted. So they wanted something like, it's known as brain heart infusion medium. So there are products of that kind which they wanted. Which I want to quickly give you a brief on the products and things that we have done. And some things I want to mention because it is a matter of pride. Pride for us as Indians. India, भारत हा देश 2000 वर्षांपेक्षा जास्त या पूर्ण पृथ्वीवरचा 1/3 पासून 40% जी ग्लोबल इकॉनॉमी आहे ती हा देश चालवत होता. द ग्लोबल जीडीपी 40%, 30 to 40% of the global GDP was contributed by India till we became very poor. When the British left us, it was less than 2%, around 1 point something 5% contribution to the global GDP. So as a nation, we need to have that pride. We need to understand what we can do, what we are capable of. We were taught to believe that we are brown coolies. This is not possible for Indians, but it's changed now. And all of us have to contribute to that. So in our field, in microbiology, you can see these are names of textbooks. This is Handbook for Media for Clinical and Public Health in Microbiology. That is again another second edition. That's a book. You can see there. Genus Yersinia. Yersinia pestis is an organism that causes bubonic plague. Plague हा आजार Yersinia ह्या सूक्ष्म कीटाणूंनी होतो, जीवाणूंनी होतो. Russian scientists have published lots of books and papers using our products. So all over the world, today 150 countries, HiMedia's media is being used in 150 countries all over the world. And at the bottom, you can see this is the Handbook of Microbiology, and the parental division is microbiology, as I mentioned. It's a 50-year-old legacy division. I also am a doctor. I did MBBS from Sion. Then I went to the USA. I did PhD there in cell biology and molecular genetics. I came back in 2003. Countries in the world. We have 8 manufacturing locations. Actually 9, because we just acquired another piece of land. At Nasik, we have the largest manufacturing facility. And this is the 12-acre facility where this is the main media building. And on the right is the R&D building. And at the bottom is another facility at Ambarna where we make hydrolysates or peptones. So going quickly over the hydroponics. So what is hydroponics? Hydros is water. Hydro is water. Ponos is labor. Shrama, mehnat, parishram. Okay. And this is the technology which came about, you can say, since ancient times. प्राचीन म्हणजे 2000-3000 वर्ष आधी बॅबिलॉन नावाच्या जागेमध्ये पण people were able to grow plants in water. People realize if you give basic nutrients to the plants, they will grow. अमेरिकेमध्ये एक सायंटिस्ट होता, त्याचं नाव होतं गेरिक. गेरिक या माणसाने खूप रिसर्च केला आणि गेरिकने काय शोधलं की what do plants need? We think plants need so much, right? In the nature, there is a periodic table in chemistry. So many items in the periodic table. You might think so much is needed for the plants. But Gerich figured out plants only need 14 items, 14 different elements. Yeah, Manish, can you go to the next? So I will briefly touch upon the 14 elements, but before that, I just want to show you the future, where the future is. And this is what Yari Group is doing today. And we want to work very closely with the Yari Group because this is a concept by a person known as Dixon Despomier. What he has said, in the future food will be grown locally. It will be grown in-house. It will be grown on buildings like these. And you can grow your food right there and consume it there. Plus, one step in that direction now is these systems that we have. So we created these systems, but we didn't really market them much. And my father used to always tell me, "तू काय कष्ट मागे लागतो, तू कशाला ते बनवतोयस? ते काय तुला विकता येणार आहे का? आणि तुझा वेळ कशात घालवतोयस?" पण प्रॉडक्ट खूप चांगलं बनवलं आणि खूप छान प्रॉडक्ट बनवलं आणि आम्ही ते विकलं नाही 5-6 वर्ष. आता आम्हाला छान पार्टनर मिळाले जे ते विकू शकतील. आणि एक चळवळ करू, मोहीम चालू असं मला म्हणायचं आहे. कारण खूप since a long time I always wanted, it was close to my heart that we should do things which are favorable and effective and available to the society in a cost-effective media comes from Hindustan dehydrated media. When we started the company, my father is very patriotic. He wanted to use the word Hindustan. So the government said, you cannot use the word Hindustan. He said, why not? He said, because you are too small. Small companies cannot use it. It should be Hindustan Liver, Hindustan Tools. Then my father said, but foreigner can use. Unilever is not Indian. Unilever is a foreign company, right? They said, but yeah, they are big. So they... And the philosophy was always to make a product which is affordable. We could have priced the product at a much higher price point because the quality is very good. There are a lot of media that only HiMedia makes in the world today. Others do not make. But we want to keep it as a service. We want to make त्याला कॉपी करायला काही जास्त लागत नाही, त्याला मोठ नाही. Investing field, if there are people from the investing field, they first ask, what is the moat for the business? A moat is a protection. किल्ल्याच्या भोवती तळ असतात ना, ज्यात मगरी सोडल्या असायच्या, जसं आपल्या दौलताबादच्या किल्ल्यात वगैरे बघतो आपण, तिथे मगरी सोडायची सोय होती पाण्यात वगैरे. So that is a moat. And as such, there is no moat, because people will copy, they will make duplicates, they will make replicates, they will do all kinds of things. So the moat that we have created in hydroponics is this. It's the nutrient. Because, see, you have seen the plants, they are growing at the back in that system. Mati vina sheki, असं म्हणतात. So on one level, आपण मातीतनं आलो आहोत आणि मातीत परत जाणार. The soil has to be protected. So I'm working, for example, Sadhguru, he is doing Save Soil movement. So we have to save soil first. Because भूमि रापो नलो वायु खम मनो बुद्धिरेवच अहंकार इति में भिन्न प्रकृति अष्टधा. भगवद्गीतेत इट इज सेड, शरीर अष्टतत्वांचं बनलंय आणि पहिलं भूमी आहे, माती आहे. मातीतनं सगळं बाहेर येतं. पण आज माती दूषित आहे. आज माती, the soil today is polluted. Too much fertilizer, too much pesticide. If the company says use 1 liter pesticide for the farm, they will use 5 times or 10 times. Right? So a lot of the food that we are eating today has a lot of pesticide in it. Also the nutrition which should be there in the soil is today absent. The farmer